Shut up and sit down.
What's the story, internet? Hope everyone is having a wonderful day so far. I am here with a review for the Premier League matches of the weekend, especially the big one that's up there. But before I jump into the Premier League, I just wanted to talk about one of the Europa League matches. Now, it's not necessarily the biggest named matches. First place was already decided long ago. However, this particular match, Young Boys versus CFR Cluj, whoever won this match would go through in second, and whoever didn't would be out. So, 84th minute, it's 0-0. Cluj scores in the 84th minute. Then, one of their players gets sent off in the 90th minute. Young Boys equalise with a penalty in the 93rd minute. Then, a Young Boys player gets sent off in the 95th minute. Then Young Boys score in the 96th minute to make it 2-1. Then a Cluj player gets sent off in the 98th minute. It's just craziness, it's just scenes. This is what football is all about. Not the red cards, but the excitement, just the drama, just all the madness going on. And that's what we love to see. So I just wanted to talk about that one because it was just a crazy, crazy, crazy time. So going into the weekend's football, so starting off tomorrow on Friday, we actually have one match. We have Leeds United versus West Ham United. And I think this is going to be quite an interesting match because West Ham lost to Manchester United last time out. However, they have been looking relatively decent. They were doing pretty well up until that match. Let's have a look. Leeds also lost to Chelsea 3-1. So they'll be wanting to bounce back and make amends for what's happened in recent weeks. Both teams will. But let's not forget, Leeds beat Everton, West Ham beat Aston Villa, two teams that were doing incredibly well. So I think it's going to be a very entertaining match. Two very well organised sides. There was a funny moment, I believe it was yesterday on Wednesday, where in an interview they asked Marco Bielsa if he was if he had anything to hide from West Ham, and he responded and said, "No, here's my starting 11," and just started reeling off players. So, he's just not doing anything conventionally, is old Marco. So yeah, I think that's going to be a thoroughly entertaining match. The very attacking Leeds versus the very well organised David Moyes style of West Ham should counteract each other. So, Wolves versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa will want to be getting back to winning ways after last week. Sorry, not last week, the week before, when they lost to West Ham. Last week's match was the one that got postponed, the Newcastle versus Aston Villa match. So they haven't played for 2 weeks, so they'll be up for it. But Wolves will want to be getting back to regularly scheduled programming since they lost 4-0 to Liverpool. Now, obviously, defending champions, you know, tough team to go and beat. They did beat Arsenal the week before, so they're doing okay, our old Wolves. Yeah, I think that's going to be an entertaining match. I can see Aston Villa taking this one purely because, like I said, they'll want to get back to winning ways. They'll be kind of frustrated since their match was postponed last week against Newcastle, and I think they'll take out all of that frustration on Wolves. So, Newcastle versus West Brom. West Brom just have not been playing well recently. They lost 5-1 to Crystal Palace last week. And the only team that they can seem to beat at the minute is Sheffield United, which isn't really anything to write home about. No offence to Sheffield United fans. Newcastle, on the other hand, sorry, I keep looking at the previous week, forgetting that they had a match postponed. They beat Crystal Palace, so that was a good result for them, 2-0. So they'll have their heads held high. Similar to Aston Villa, where they haven't had a match for 2 weeks, so they'll be feeling very up for it. And I think that West Ham will be an easy prospect for them. Not to say that West Brom are out of it, but I just think that Newcastle have got the better opportunity in this particular match. So, onto the big one. The one that the board is there for. The battle for Manchester, as it were. me just go and see who that is at the front door. I'll be right back. We are sorry to interrupt your regularly scheduled programming. It shall resume momentarily. Right, so sorry for the interruption there. It appears that at the discussion of the Manchester derby, Santa Claus came early. But unfortunately I don't have a chimney, so he had to make do with the front door. So, but got the new home kit, got the new away kit, and of course, had to go with the third kit as well. So, thought I'd represent Igalo because he was a bit of a fan favourite, one of those sort of unsung heroes, you know, unlikely heroes, came in and did a job. Got a new signing, Donny van der Beek. And then, of course, on the back of this one, had to represent my boy, Bruno Fernandes. And then, of course, sign of the times. Not one mask. Not two masks. But three masks. Just to round the numbers, you know. So, anyway, that being said, let me just go and get my hat. I'll be right back. So, into the Manchester derby. So, Manchester City will be in good spirits, making it to the knockout rounds of the Champions League, beating Fulham 2-0 last time out. Manchester United, they need to come back from midweek. They need to come back from the embarrassing loss to Leipzig. Not because it's embarrassing to lose to Leipzig, but because it's embarrassing to get knocked out and go into the Europa League. And so, yeah, Manchester United really need this. And so, I think they'll be up for it. We can't start matches like we've been starting them. We need to start matches like we've been doing from the 60th minute onwards. So, I can see this being very similar to, there was a Charity Shield match that I actually went to watch back in 2012. And we were 2-0 down at half time. And not playing particularly well. We had a couple of chances. And then the second half, came out of the gates, Chris Smalling scored, Nani scored, and then 93rd minute, steals the ball from Vincent Kompany, runs up the pitch, chips Joe Hart, 3-2, scenes everywhere at Wembley. And I can see it being very similar to that. First half being woeful, second half having to make it up, and we tend to do well. We did it a couple of seasons ago where Paul Pogba inspired a comeback from 2-0 down. So I can see the first half being a pretty woeful and then the second half having to be a fight back. So, and then on to the final match, Everton versus Chelsea. Excuse me, sorry, hiccups. Everton will want to come back from quite an embarrassing draw against Burnley, where they should probably have won. Chelsea, high spirits, won 3-1 against Leeds. They qualified for the knockout rounds of the Champions League. They'll be feeling up for it on Saturday at Goodison Park. Can Carlo Ancelotti come back to haunt his old team against one of his old players, Frank Lampard? It'll be interesting to see. I think this is going to be a very hard-fought match. And so we'll just have to see where it goes from there. But I think if I was going to bet on either team to win, I would bet on Chelsea to win. I just think that they're the more likely to make it. But Everton has shown us this season, don't count them out. So we'll have to see. So let's go through the TV schedule just so you know where we all stand. Friday, Leeds United versus West Ham United is on NBCSN and Universal. Saturday, Wolves versus Aston Villa is on Peacock. Newcastle versus West Brom is also on Peacock. Manchester United versus Manchester City is unsurprisingly on NBC Proper and Telemundo. And Everton versus Chelsea is also on Peacock. Right, well that's everything from me today. I will be back with you with a preview for Sunday's matches. And then I discovered earlier today that there is Premier League matches next week. So you thought you got rid of me for midweek? You didn't, I'll be back. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there are matches next week. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, I hope you're all staying safe, keeping out of trouble. Hope you all have a wonderful day. And until then, ta-ra for now.